The revelation that you are able to get pretty high off the ground now. Can you promise us one of the biggest jumps ever if Sue Ellen Bale happens to win?
Oh, no doubt, Dean. Yeah,
right.
You'll see that tonight, mate.
Okay, well, good luck.
No worries, mate.
Okay, Joe Briffer for the Graham Bait Kennel, and Sue Ellen Bale, probably the veteran of the field, but she has been a wonderful performer throughout her career. Jason Thompson with another fine racing bitch, Hot Show Vintage, and like Sue Ellen Bale, I don't suppose that this is anything new to her.
No, she's just another race for her, I suppose. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary for her.
All right. Okay, well, good luck, Jason.
Thank you.
Okay, I think Jason's showing more nerves than Hot Show Vintage, but runners are about to be introduced to the crowd here. We might just try and grab a word with another trainer. No, in fact, I think they're about to be called away. So they're two of the major players, Sue Ellen Bale and Hot Show Vintage, but I'll reiterate what I said earlier on about Silver Saul out of box number 1. He has been a very good go here on track, and I believe on the tote he's tumbled in from something like about $9 to around $5. He has been a huge go, the South Australian Silver Saul. Greyhounds like No Intent and Classic Capri are getting right out on the market. They're losing a lot of admirers, basically because of the box draw and the fact that there's so much early speed in the race, and most consider that they'll be squeezed out of it on the first turn. It's an intriguing race with a lot of possibilities. I've managed to come up with Silver Saul off box 1. I'm pretty keen on him now. The confidence for him is growing by the minute, and he'll be going. In fact, I think he'll go close to challenging for favouritism by the time they jump here for the Melbourne Cup. Rod?
Okay, Dean, best of luck with whatever our good folk bet on in the Sweps Melbourne Cup. It's one of the most open and probably one of the strongest. Angela Modra with Silver Saul drawn at box 1. Event 2 in 11 minutes from now. The next event from Dapto is race 8, and Dapto comes along in about 3 or 4 minutes from now for the last word on the next at Dapto. We head back now.
Introduced to the crowd at the moment. It's a pretty exciting scene here, and Simone has been doing her homework. What have you come up with here in the Cup?
Well, I've come up with the fact that this is one of the hardest races you could ever have to pick a winner in, Dean. The leader, whoever it will be, should win this race, but I'm going with number 3, Coulter Bandit. Coming off 3 wins, very honest chaser, and had the first split, ran the first best split last week, which was 5:10. So number 3, Coulter Bandit, to beat number 2, Hayla Harley. Number 4, No Intent, and number 6, Carlisle Jack.
Okay, 3, 2, 4 and 6 from Simone. Coulter Band at the top pick, about to be boxed at Albion Park. The favourite, Carlisle Jack, at $3.90 over 2, Hayla Harley and 1, Silver Saul, and then 8, Sue Ellen Bale. Let's head up to Johnny Brash at Albion Park for race 6.
Up-and-coming youngster, Thunder Creek.
And, Jason Thompson, normally a very relaxed young man. He has won a Melbourne Cup before, of course, with Light of Fire back in '94. He'd dearly love to win another one, I can tell you. And Hot Show Vintage, despite the fact she's badly drawn, she's going to need luck. But ability-wise, she can certainly match it with the best of them. She'll come from box number 7. Sue Ellen Bale at the moment is on screen, number 8. The veteran of the field, she's a 4-year-old. In fact, she's over 4. 54 wins in her career, and she's the highest stake money earner in the race with $243,000 in the kick. That could have been a whole lot better because Sue Ellen Bale has made many feature race finals. Until she recently won the Paws of Thunder, she was considered a little bit suspect in big race finals, but with that win under her belt and the fact that she goes so well from box 8, where she's won 8 times from 11 goes, she's been considered as one of the major chances to whoosh across from the outside draw. Now the runners are about to head back along the track. As I mentioned earlier, Silver Saul has been the medium of some heavy support here on track. The South Aussie, the feeling is that the fact that he does tend to miss the kick a bit, he might avoid that early bend scrimmage, and he's a greyhound with tremendous track sense. He really gets into a contest as far as a physical sense is concerned, and he can avoid interference at the best of times. He should be right there at the finish for mine. Hayla Harley, the Laurels winner, bounced back to form last week with a brilliant win over Brett Lee. She's been a wonderful greyhound for owner Bruce Lehrman. As I mentioned earlier, I think the unwritten reports concerning this year's Cup is that South Australia, which has been much maligned in recent years, does in fact have 3 finalists in the Melbourne Cup: Silver Saul, Hayla Harley, and of course Coulter Bandit, who's going for a 4th straight win after wins in the Canberra Cup and also a heat last week. No Intent, a brilliant performer, a winner of 34 races. Another one trained by Jason Thompson. Wife Shona is leading No Intent to the boxes. He's got to rely on his early pace. He has to lead to win his races. Classic Capri, she's been cut down by injuries over the last 12 months. It's been a pity because she looked like being one of the very best sprinters we'd seen for quite a number of years here in Australia. She bounced back to form with a heat win last week. Ran second in this race last year to Go Wild Teddy, and box 5 certainly hasn't done her any favours. Again, that word luck is certainly pertaining to Classic Capri. She's going to need it from box number 5. Carlisle Jack's been a wonderful performer, thoroughly deserves to win a Group 1 race. Bob Douglas, I read in the press today, he gets a little bit annoyed when people suggest that Carlisle Jack is not a big race performer. Well, he's been beaten in 4 consecutive big race finals, 2 of those at Group 1 level, and amazingly, all by greyhounds trained by Graham Bate. Carlisle Jack will run the favourite, though, from box number 6. We've spoken about Hot Show Vintage and Sue Ellen Bale. Well, last night on air, I asked Paul Ambrosoli what he liked in the Melbourne Cup. He was almost non-committal. I think we might head across to Dapto. Paul, have you been able to come up with a selection for the Cup?
Yes. Yes, Dean, I have. I mentioned Carlisle Jack last night when we were closing out. I did think that Jack would be a little bit better odds than he is, because I thought that most pundits would take risks with him because of his 6 box and because, as you so rightly have pointed out, all the pace in the race. I do think Hayla Harley's likely to get a run off the inside behind Silver Saul. I expect Silver Saul to move slightly to the right, give Hayla Harley a run. And that's where I think that the brown Carlisle Jack has every chance of getting a fly off the outside. Sue Ellen Bale's not going to worry him. Coulter Bandit has got a spear and run off the inside. If Coulter Bandit does that, then it's going to make it difficult for the outside division. But I still think Carlisle Jack is a little bit better placed in the 6th than you think. And the crowd looks incredible. And we've had a big crowd here too, by the way, at Dapto. So that's excellent to see. Okay, well, they're arriving at the boxes now for race number 8 on the program. Now they're about to be called over as they arrive at the boxes for race 8. The favourite
shortly, they're at the boxes here for the Melbourne Cup, and they're about to be placed away. Graham Bate made the very important point earlier on tonight that he considers the Melbourne Cup the prime greyhound race in Australia. I tend to agree. In fact, there are 2 races that stand out above the others: the Australian Cup and the Melbourne Cup, which we're about to see run and won. You talk about races like the Paws of Thunder and the Golden Easter Egg, great races at Group 1 level to win, obviously, and also the Top Gun. But a race like the Top Gun, it's still got to build a long tradition. It hasn't got the tradition of a Melbourne Cup, and I think if you ask 10 greyhound trainers, I'd say that 7 out of 10 of them would say they want to win a Melbourne Cup. Anyway, they're about to be boxed, so there'll be plenty of nerves overflowing there behind the boxes with some of these trainers. Graham Bates won the race 3 times. Last won it with Canton Bale a couple of years ago. He's got 2 chances tonight with Hayla Harley and Sue Ellen Bale. But Carlisle Jack is going to run the favourite here from box number 6. Bob Douglas was very nervous earlier this evening. Boy, if Carlisle Jack wins, we may even see Bobby do one of those big star jumps that Joe Briffer has made so famous. Anyway, they're being locked away. Good luck if you've had a bet, and I dare say most of you had. They're about to go on the Melbourne Cup, and Ronnie Hawkswell's about to call it. Here he is.
Melbourne Cup. They're ready. Racing in the Cup, Hayla Harley began well, going out very fast. Classic Capri driving through near the insiders. Coulter Bandit out of the straight. Classic Capri had the lead. Going to the back straight, about 3 lengths clear over Coulter Bandit. Carlisle Jack the third, followed by No Intent on the inside, followed then by Hot Show Vintage, Silver Saul. Well back Sue Ellen Bale and Hayla Harley coming up the back, and Classic Capri well clear in the Cup. 5 lengths Coulter Bandit, followed by Carlisle Jack and No Intent. Into the home straight though. Classic Capri well clear. Classic Capri wins the Melbourne Cup about 14 second. Coulter Bandit third is tight. Hot Show Vintage, Carlisle Jack, Silver Saw, followed by No Intent, and they were followed near the tail by Hayla Harley and Sue Ellen Bale. A brilliant win to Classic Capri. Classic Capri has won the Melbourne Cup at 25.90 and 5.40 on Super Tab in a time of 29.65. 5 yellow, Classic Capri is the winner. Second will go to 3 Coulter Bandit around 190. And third will be very close. They've gone 5.06, but 7 has got third, Hot Show Vintage.
Okay, Glen Rounds, well, what about that, hey? Second last year, 12 months down the track, and she's got the Melbourne Cup trophy under her belt.
Unbelievable. I said to Judy today, I said she'd have to pull out a blinder from box 5, and she did. Yeah.
What about that for a start, hey?
She's been playing up and that lately, and she's sort of been bad in the kennels, and we've tried different things, and Peter Dapperon's been great. He gave me some advice, and she's won a cup, so...
Mate, you're pretty emotional. I said to Julie early on, she's the least experienced greyhound in the race, which is quite amazing, but she's gone through a lot as far as injuries are concerned.
Oh, yeah, but we haven't overly raced the bitch, and there hasn't been a lot of bad injuries and stuff. They just get the niggling stuff that everybody gets, but we've just preserved her and raced her along for the nice races.
Terrific win. Well done.
Thank you. Top.
Okay, Glen Rounds with, Glen Rounds, the handler of Classic Capri, and what a moment for Judy Haley. And what a year so far. She won the shootout a couple of weeks ago with Junior Whiskey. She's now won the Melbourne Cup with Classic Capri, and I dare say Classic Capri now a walk-up start for the Top Gun next week. What about if she wins the Top Gun? What a wonderful month of racing it would be for the Haley camp, and when you consider she's only got a couple of greyhounds in the kennel, it certainly is a wonderful performance by Judy Haley and also Glen Rounds. But great to see Classic Capri at long odds, taking out the Melbourne Cup, running second last year and taking it out in year 2001. Rod?
Yeah, great win. Thanks very much, Dean, and well done to Glenn and also the other part owner and trainer Judy Haley. Classic Capri, 25.90, 5.40. Calder Bandit 190, Hot Show Vintage 230, 29.65. The first split 5.06. Now the Angle Park 8th event, and Trinity Miss 4.40, Gleeful Assassin 2.20, down to number 7 St Tony at $2.80. Best of the others for Kajabi at $11 for the 8th event from Angle Park, and the selections from Brett at 2 Gleeful Assassin to beat 4 and 7. And our lovely hostess is holding high aloft the Melbourne Cup, the Schweppes Melbourne Cup, won by Classic Capri, defeating Calder Bandit and running third Hot Show Vintage. Dapto, 460, 180, Heart of Glass, Wallabra lad 320, Matilda with me 140, Quinella 57.20, Exacta $53, Trifecta 176.50. They've clocked 35 and 60, 35.60, 192. The SATAB Openers race 8 from Angle Park. Trinity Miss at $7.20. Gleeful Assassin is the favourite at 180. Gleeful Assassin. Overall, 35 starts for 13 wins. Has won its last 3 in a row. 5 wins from its last 6 appearances. Gleeful Assassin over Kajabi at $5.50 and 7 St Tony $3.90. Can we have a further look at the Melbourne Cup? I think we must before it goes to the connections of Classic Capri. And there is Classic Capri. Just about set for the next event from Adelaide as we head back now to Brett Davis.
Second last year in the Melbourne Cup to go, Wild Teddy. And she wins the Melbourne Cup at big odds. All set race 8.
In the team, Classic Capri taking out the final of the Schweppes Melbourne Cup, $100,000 to the winner. And there's that trophy again. Outstanding presentation from Sandown Park. Now, the next event from Albion Park, the Greyhounds moving onto the track for race 7. 7th event is the VIP Pet Food Products Stake, and Elders Boy, the top rater, number 5, over Laconic Bale, Awesome Moments and Super Title.